The universe has victory in the Bloodline Book 3. A beginning of day, darkness was first dancing circles of passionate colors, a whirlwind of galaxies, supernova breaking in the mist of darkness, creating our planets and creating all of us. A special dragon. Girl who create instrumental hearts, as a hobby a music boxes, that could be the new heart of Ent. Luna animation to save the heart from stopping, must continue to find the dragon girl as we zoom out realizing how big are our universe, and then there is Earth universe. We would know where to find her, but we will seek her through meditation. Let the magic find you a special dragon, girl who create instrumental hearts, as a hobby a music boxes, that could be the new heart of Ent. Luna imagination to save the heart from stopping. Must continue to find the dragon girl as we zoom out realizing how big are our universe, and then there is Earth universe. We would never know where to find her, but we will seek her through meditation. The Ent's heart is made out of the bits of screws and wheels, and the time limit to save the Ent. As one girl lays in her room, she's able to create music notes that fall right from her skin like water. Spilling out music notes in the spirit, within them being able to sing and make that magical music that only some ears can hear as a purple blossom, is that blue has music note float through the air, and has like bubbles they will just pop and disappear. Traveling sound waves of music is heard throughout this universe. This Ent is special. Is heart create a river that flows down to the waterfalls that turned into the rivers, which then it reaches the sea a tree that receives powers from the moon given the tree power watch her like, that warm the plant as the plants reached out. To the moon, it also draws water up from the ground. There is a strong communication from all plants, trees, and even waterfalls. Each music nose is recorded by the Ents it's by, absorbs the musical sound waves. Let plants create communication. Underground plants warn other plants to fight after their small enemies. Caterpillars are known to devour plants, and the plant will communicate with the bees to scare off their enemies. As a sky, grow pink. Yellow and red, with a touch of blue cloud create more clouds, and when the giants walk through the clouds moved from the motion as the giant walk through. Alice sits on a moss logs of old ancient trees, her blue dress attracted to ferns, the ferns pulling at her hair. The fern is electricity, sticking small lightning, signaling in her direction to Alice. Luna requesting the Mad Hatter's table to appear as wheels of ring circle of itself, as a teacups pop onto the table the snacks, landing right in place, as half-broken teacups float gently on the Mad Hatter table. Alice is taking a sip. Her eyes crossed, realizing she had a little friend in her cup, one on her nose. She looked down and saw a little ladybug on her nose. Alice and Luna smile. Waiting gently for the baby dragon to come out of the teacup, and the dragon floats out of the teacup. Luna and Alice, realizing young little baby dragons of all colors on the table. Luna commanding for the forest library to appear. The baby dragons flew towards the library. One dragon, torn pages out of dictionary. The Mad Hatter saying his crazy riddles, and the March Hare still joining him for his crazy little riddles, and the dorm mouse still sleepy. Floating chandeliers. A library appears from under the ground rumbles, the ground shakes as the dusty books. And there are 3 open rooms. One part of the library deep secret room, second part, which is another part with clear blue glass floors. Candles that become lit by Luna command, blossom trees, bloom, tall and wild, through the clear glass it's orange and white fish. That statues are small models of fish underground. The lights flickers as the little suns float from her arms, and the sun grew bigger. The suns beck me their light throughout the library. Mad Hatter climbing the ladder. A little insane, Luna knew he had a good heart. The Mad Hatter making the books fly. Alice stands under the blossom tree. Luna whispering the moon to the moon, and Alice finding magic. As in the middle of the room, space, hearts and diamonds, chest kings and queens in ace and mushrooms and caterpillars. Cheshire cats creating time and planets, understanding sound waves universe, learning your powers that are becoming a part of her. And yet all these characters and critters and creatures floating around her, all part of her, in some sense that is nonsense. It is wings of a purple butterfly. It has a wheel on both wings, pearls on the tip of the wings, and light that lit up on its wings like a fairy that just blows gold dust. Alice floating in a circle with memories that surround her. She raises her arms position like a ballerina. A top blue top hat with tree vines climbing on the hat. Leaves from Neverland chooses her. Magic chooses Alice, revealing a vision to her. She must warn Peter Pan of the danger that's to come to pass for Neverland. Alice dreaming of a compass pointing all directions. A frozen blue chessboard. A few frozen red and blue statues pointing north, south, east, west. Red king and red queen angry, burning with fire in their palms. Other side a set of chess characters. Frozen blue king and queen. Alice in a blue dress with cosmic crown on her head. Her eyes light up blue. As she breathes, her breath exhales into a frozen fog. She wakes up Mad Hatter. I hear you love riddles. Can you solve mine? Luna begin to speak a language from her bloodline. Mad Hatter translates to Alice what came first. I live in a body of water. I chose who passes through what am I? Answer whale, what disturbed the whale? Answer the ship Luna spoke 3/4, 3/4. Mad Hatter translates to Alice question within a question. What floats in one spot? Never falling in the universe. Who is it owned by? Hint wheel within wheel second answer Father Time and his clock one more riddle Luna speaking. Mad Hatter translate to Alice I am black in the darkness. Which came first? Neither God came first. Mad Hatter giggles, throws his head back and laughed, enjoying every bit of Luna's riddles. Mad Hatter begin his riddles. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Have you quest the riddle yet? Alice not knowing the answer. Both Mad Hatter and Alice leaning close to Luna, waiting on her answer. Luna answers, I'm not sure, though my thoughts with the visions of such as riddle, they laugh with madness. That is so peculiar of you, Luna, Alice said. No time for more riddles. The rabbit said, Chester Cat explaining we are all mad here. Do join us. Luna laughing with delight. Thank you, don't mind if I do. Luna smiled with a little madness. Groovy Grandma. In the middle of the city, we stand waiting for a taxi. My grandma full of color is full of excitement, full of joy, and a little too much happiness. I look up to her. Though she has always got an idea of fun things to do, and she's always got a new way of dressing, a new way of coming out, a new way of speaking out for others, and she has this way about her. Yes, isn't like other grandmas a hippie grandma full of life, full joy, and this one just a little on the different side. We live in a townhouse, where half of the house is an art studio filled with plants and paintings, unknown poisonous plants. And I've always been told to not touch those plants, and yet she tends to the non-poisonous plants like they are her own children, and that she smokes her herbs and has slower speech. Times and she will drink a little something of wine or margaritas too with her girlfriends. Little celebration is just always on time. She has this way of being the life of the party. She has this way of just full of life her younger years. She was very proud to vote. She was very proud to be part of the movement while hippies rule the world, and life is changing, jobs are changing, communities for changing, we were growing. We were learning, we were becoming who we must become, and we were the next generation to take over our parents' jobs, and some of us grew up being able to take on jobs and being able to succeed and survive. What other ones went to war and fought battles, and it was not a pretty sight. For some lost their mind. American soldiers made through their emotional battles, their battle scars and their tears of salvation. Hippies take big pride in which is in America for what they fought for. Vietnam War, psychedelic drugs. And yet all the music in their time was all about peace, love, and freedom. Many hippies went to Woodstock. How amazing to see amazing musicians. My grandma lived wild and relationships, friendships. She loved every minute. Still she asked, have the hippies really disappeared? But my grandma has a secret. She's not a witch, but she has powers that she can float through the top of the ceiling. Or be able to create potions or magic or just different things, and sometimes she'll put magic into a recipe just to make people have a good day and a healthy life. She does recipes that can heal. She does recipes that can help others. A lot of people like her. Her friends like this that has powers or magic or abilities to receive past, presents, or future, and some of these women that my grandma knew from the past. They were able to do the same thing, and some of the things that they did have lots to do with elements. And our Earth is full of elements, it's just that we don't really study yet, and school has changed so much of what we know about Earth we study it, but we don't know the magic behind it. We don't know where it all began. We don't really know the truth of how Earth became in which God is it that creator. I believe in the Bible, and I believe there is a higher power, and I believe that God is the only God. But for others, there's still many out there who are confused, who are still wondering, who lived their whole lives never ever find out the truth or research like so many people who go out their way to find the truth. There are people that go in deserts, people that go mountains, people who go in caves to prove that magic can be real. Where are the really big giants back in the old days? We find skeletons of the giants that lived many years ago. There's a really wizards, what were they really called back then? We knew there was witches back in forbidden knowledge and wisdom you're not supposed to know about, and some magic can be extremely dark, and we don't know exactly why these people have turned your minds into that truth, what they believe, but it's not the truth that I believe and the teachings I've been taught, and I've always been taught to avoid the dark art, the dark magic, and do not let it consume you, and do not let it take over your mind, soul, and heart. As my grandma mixes science and magic, she lets me create my own magic potion. In Peppermint, my grandma can be wild, she has a bug van, and we go camping, and we had a blast. We kids run through open grassy lands, watching the stars and learning the history. I was named after Star in the Sky. It is my name that shines bright in the sky. Love is spread out through the ones we love. I adore you, Grandma, you're funny. As the telescope was the only way to see the constellations, the galaxy floating right above, music playing. Groovy Grandma had passed away. Little town home was waiting for me to arrive as I packed up my boxes, leaving college behind. As the universe picked my grandma for her time to live, it always chose her to be a part of the universe. She's officially waving her blue mist of stars. Everything that passed down to me was Grandma's. I opened the lock to the townhome. Careful to not trip, I got all her belongings, and I had bought a small acre of land and a yurt to call home, far out in the country field, even though they magic recipes that Grandma wrote down. I began to create the recipes. Some recipes had a different language. I started cooking up all the recipes. There was bread, veggie soups, and good course meals like meatloaf, mashed potatoes with a salad. I couldn't figure out what was so special. I had made such a mess. I went to my art room. The windows burst open. Light flashed. The three older women flew through the window. They tumbled over the furniture, and I became ill and fallen over. The three women were scorching at me. One old woman caught me before I hit the floor. I focused out, then zoomed in. Realizing I had polka dots all over my skin, I was purple and blue, the older woman floating. The second woman throwing my library books. The library books opened. Right before our eyes, the books opened to the middle of the books, showing different fairy tales. So many characters came to life, one disaster after another. Prince Charming became real. Halt, why are all you in my house? You are not real. Ha. I begin your pardon. Prince Charming, at your service. I don't need a prince. As the princesses from folklore stories come straight out of the book. This is crazy. Who are you? We all knew Grandma. Prince Charming explaining. What happens next? Now do what I do. Which book is your favorite? I traced my fingers right across the books. As the princesses disliked the book I stopped on, so I kept going. Your hot-knuckled freezing. No, you're burning, princesses screamed on top of their lungs. I found one of my favorites. Woo, hoo-woo, I picked it. Prince Charming and Princess said, open the book and jump on it. Oh, one more thing before you do. Here, hold this umbrella. Princess pushed her. Next there was so much blue skies, hanging on to the umbrella. Star floated to a new world. Blue blossoms, 10 hot air balloons flying in the sky. Land of green pastures. I was wearing a white and red striped dress. With peppermint red and white hairstyle dress. A top hat man, helping me onto the hot air balloon. He said, where to? I just said to the universe. As windows enclosed around the hot air balloons, we speed to the universe. I mean, is there a castle? I want to meet the queen. The men made a look towards her. You may not want to do that, if it is your wish. Okay, well, go to her. The kingdom being frozen. They're glass pumpkins. I can't stop you from making that decisions. Just keep in mind the umbrellas opens tree bark doors to another world. I warned you. A bird landed saying turn back. As it sang, it puffed up. I take a closer look at the red bird. It seems like it wasn't breathing. Ah, is it okay? The red bird flew away. The men laughed. You worried about the little birds. You're in for a treat. Tree climbers, these fairies are different. They are not their usual normal fairies. They do live deep into the forest where people have a hard time finding it. No one is allowed there unless they are brought there, and the way they climb trees. They climb the trees with their feet, and then they very bad. Their feet are signs a different way to be able to attach your feet to the tree. Without falling, they can walk on it upside down, still having your feet attached to the tree limb. And they jumped from tree to tree, and they little on the wild side. But there are a lot of fun to be able to watch and witness, and so many travelers tried to find their little spots they have had to move once before. But this time someone see the fairies and is welcome into their tribe. As purple and green star dust flows through the city, many fairies as they fly through the forest. The stardust of colors burst in circling dance that only the stardust can create romantic dance of magic. Fairies painting the tree homes, they are not small. They are like humans, even their size is like humans. As one fairies desires more life, wanting to explore, to see what's beyond the forest walls. All plants let their magic burst, and seeing their magic appear, it is a miracle. Fairies look up to the sky, and watchers of the sky. A fairy's wishing to the moon. As Meadow, one of the fairies talked to the moon. Her small words whisper to the moon. Dear moon, dancing in your strawberry glow. Magic filling my mind with answers. I see clearly as the moon changes colors. Your presence is a beauty. The sun lit the moon, and a blue mist of two lovers burst with a circle ring of stardust. Is there a fairy just like me? Dancing in your romance? Is there a lover true for me? A letter posted to the fairy. A wizard's hands delicately put the letter in a glass bottle with a ship inside, closing the bottle with a cork, putting blue balloons to let the message flow to the fairies. Dear fairy, let love be your greatest adventure. As you speak to the moon in poetry, your other half is making wishes for you too. May the moon always be lit for you and your lover, your friend the wizard. Peter and Alice, you have disturbed me. For what reason? Asked Peter. The lost boys started to begin to tell him about how Hook is in love. Who's in love? As they all threw their heads back and laugh lost. Boys is describing the love bug. As the lost boys keep on talking about how gross girls are, the others are older saying, it's not so bad. Peter feeling deep down, wanting to find a kind-hearted, charming, bashful. Bitten by the love bug and fall in love again and again. Peter Pan, looking self in the mirror, realizing his new outfit was just how he dreamed to wear. He wore a white ruffled shirt, and on top of that he had a vest has one design. The color is blue, and it has green vines that glow gold leaf spread through his vest and to put on his long coat over the vest. It has moss patches on it, and on the front on both sides of his coat is a tree. And the tree limbs. Spreading upward with mushrooms, color red with the white dots, those kind of mushrooms. His pants blue, midnight blue, as the vest and pants have star is that glitter bright and flows from him and floats around him as he moves. Back of the coat is the big tree roots that spread the bottom of his coat. Both separate sides of the tree on his backside is of a bright pink moon, and the other side is a bright burning sun. The galaxy comes to life just floating around him. When danger is near his coat of the sun and the moon glow above the trees, a half circle of different moons in seasons that appear in the sky, his blue eyes glow bright blue and a circle appears. Just around your magic rises around him suns. Moon, his power grows stronger by seasons. As all Neverland creatures and aliens and villagers and cyborgs and even Peter Pan are invited to a ball, this ball a little different. It is outside in the field, but they are beautiful decorations. And there will be dancers. They will be singers, there will be performances there, even the white and blue stripped circus that's going to be there, so all they know is that they are invited and to mingle with all the royals as king and queens. Princesses, hot air balloons, yes, you can ride on them, must dress your best. The night of the ball is now. The lost boys cheering, Peter looking in his closet, knowing one gentleman outfit is just right for tonight. He finds his outfit. the crowd talking among themselves. A blast of fireworks shoot up in the sky, and beautiful green smoke sets off, and a blazing flames of fire set off. The smoke clears. Top of the stairs is Peter and Merlin. A shock of colorful galaxies burst around the crowd. The performers stopped. The crowd cheered for Merlin and Peter. The candles of the chandelier flicker, almost blowing out, as while Peter and Berlin have arrived. As the crowd, so many villagers in different families. Different kingdoms join this festival as tea, cups, and plates float above the tables. As ferns are in between the glass of the table, they grow for through and grab a hold of some lady's hair. Some bow to the kings and queens joining the festival, as well as other greet one another. They dress with beauty, moving with grace. Each woman dancing with their other half. The ball was outside to the open field. There was tables everywhere, and it spread out through the field, few floating chandeliers, floating in circles as the candles glow bright. 3 blue moons circle above the tables. There are hot air, balloons, and blue blossom tree flowers on the hot air balloons, and red, sliding the sides of it, has stripes on the hot air balloons. A white and blue stripe circus with a Ferris wheel in the middle of the Ferris wheel. The blue one stretches out in the big size and right in the middle of the Ferris wheel. The one has a pointy, frozen ice moon and the point of the wand in the glow blue in the midnight sky. It just lights up the sky. A stage with the performers dance enter the stage. Ballerinas wearing beautiful ballerina uniforms, and blue and white with dresses with flowers on their dresses. Tables are made out of glass wood as everyone takes their food of choice to their seats, and that Merlin commands the dishes to behave, and as the books of ancient writings. Merlin also commands them to calm down, but they float out of his bag. And Merlin, having trouble with controlling his belongings and his bag, servants serve. Put the food out, all you can eat buffet, as a buffet bars are right in the middle of all the tables, right smack in the middle of the field. As the sunset started to set, a figure appears on top of the diamond steps that lead to the festival. Alice wearing a peacock dress, the dress from her left shoulder, peacock feathers wrapped around her, reaching across her body, all the way to the bottom of her dress. The peacock feathers reach all the way to the bottom of her dress, going across after her body. A diamond green dress, her blonde hair put up, and a beautiful hairpiece of green with peacock feathers add onto her hair. Her eyeshadow, the sharp look she gives. She wore a purple eyeshadow. Diamonds on her eyelid with diamonds underneath her eyes, several rows of diamonds right under her eyes. As the sun sets behind Alice, slowly fading. She was standing on top of the diamond stairs. Her feathers burst with a gold mist through her peacock feathers. Feathers magically shine with the sun's magic powers as the crowd stopped to see Alice. They cheered. Not knowing exactly who she was, but they knew she was beautiful. Just a look upon her should be praised for her beauty. Peter Pan realizing her beauty. Circle shape mist moon's moon float around Alice. She sees Peter. Her eyes focus on the mist moons. Peter feeling no time for romance, for battles are numbered for many wars. There's a wind with strongholds, and if we sleep with one eye open, we might win. But he can't help but feel his heart skip a beat for Alice. As a strong, beautiful light of sunlight, first open into the fields and blessing everyone, Peter's powers. The galaxy powers that he has burst towards Alice, and as their powers receive one another. Stars inside the mask that Peter wore, a galaxy blue diamond from Peter's mask. It glows gold behind the blue, and when Alice enters. Magic fill throughout the crowd as a galaxy stars and Supernova begins to dance romance. Once again, the universe spread their powers through 2 lovers in the beginning, friendship and magic. Not all emotions are right. But don't let the moment disappear. Sunset saying goodnight as the sun fades to all that arrive to the festival. The sun sets, the star glitter above them. The moon rises as to a light to someone's darkness. Alice and Peter beginning their conversation. Right where they left off is both chosen from the universe, both their power similar and powerful. Peter and Alice are curious about one another. They share a connection with each other. As they circle one another, as the crowd picked their true lovers to dance with, Peter hold his hand out. Will you dance with me, Alice? Alice couldn't resist. The two were young for a moment. A galaxy of supernovas dance like ghosts that have white appearance. See-through, As Peter and Alice become close to one another, supernova explodes as they continue dancing. They realize they magic chose Peter and Alice. A supernova leaves behind the smoky, colorful galaxy. Alice spoke in a loving, beautiful, special tone that she used to speak with Peter, and she started to say in her own words, "As a moon howls in the howls, and the tides hold back. My magic sense is your light. My light turns to darkness to a sunrise. You surprise me of your galaxy of supernovas." Peter replied, "I smell your perfume, and I sense a great power in you. Your magic connect with mine, but our dragons are enemies. How can we be for each other? I have fallen in love with other supernovas. I dance that only galaxies express, but my heart beats when I saw you. Have you put a spell on me?" Alice laughs. Alice speaks softly, "May your magic express happiness and spread happiness. Why you seek me for? May beauty surround you, truth, I feel connection with you. Peter, I love in truth, hope, and I am a hero. I can't save everyone. I feel as if I get unfocus. Ill fail, tumble, and lose who and what I treasure, ill lose. Alice, ill catch your fall, soft blossom grounds will be your safe landing. Don't let our moment fade, let our magic come alive." Alice dropping the worst news at a bad timing. "I have come to warn Neverland. There is a villain, she wants to rule Neverland. You must prepare to fight them, or they will take over Neverland." Peter pulling away from her. Peter realizes there's no time for romance. Alice realizing he wants to fight against the villains. Merlin holding a stack of books as they all start to fly away from him, he again still struggling to control his books and teacup, and what else is inside his magic bag. "Aw, you two lovebirds are cute." Merlin showing Alice and Peter about Luna's death and the destruction to come. We know about it. Peter walking away, sad and angry. He flies away. Alice is ready to fly after him. Merlin stopping her. A glimpse of Luna and her family turned into ashes, Neverland crashing into the universe, becoming a calm, a gray foggy world ruled by the bug leaders. Seeing the future, the lost boys turned to ash as kings and queens board airships to survive. What has come of this war? Peter sat on a cliff and watching the moon, a lemon tree hangs above them, wind blowing through his red hair, Merlin flying to him, giving him hope to be brave. Peter is still a teenager. He has the power to stop. This war is no longer fighting pirates, no longer play all day, long with fairies in the treehouse and play pretend all day. This is a war to come. Tinker Bell and the fairies are part cyborgs. Luna adores them. She plays tea party with the fairies as Luna sits on trees. Stump fairies circle around Luna just to hear her story, and they surely drifted off, falling asleep within the flowers. There's a young woman who lives out in the fields of daisies. The field is full of daisies. It's beautiful sight to see. Many people who go traveling like to stay there while they explore Neverland, mostly aliens and creatures, wizards, princesses, kings and queens. They find Neverland and they able to come here. But for outsiders that are unknown or dangerous or trying to destroy Neverland are not welcome, there they have a warning against those who tried to take over Neverland. Daisy likes to live in a pumpkin. It is orange and blue. She's a tea fanatic. She loves tea. She likes to pretend she's making potions, but really she just making tea and it's fun to her. Freya, she absolutely loves the color red, and most days Shell wear the color red. She is very unique. She likes to wear jewelry, metal jewelry, and she wears it in her hair. Shell wear on her clothes. She's very much into that kind of look. But it's a very beautiful look. It's very different. It's very special, and he is known for fighting against evil man. She does like to defeat them, and she dares the man who wants to try to go up against her, though you do go up against her. She uses her magic to turn them into some kind of creature. They are warning signs before you come to her, though he lives out in the woods where there are mushroom machines, lots of herbs, and she has love for gardening little cottage. But sometimes you get some really bad men that like to come to her, but she uses her magic to turn them into creatures. He uses the creature to be her own workers, and some are turned into bugs. They're to help around the cottage and keep the garden fresh and green when they pay off their bad behavior issues. Then she just might let them go. Luna never talked about her family, about her mom or her dad, but just recently she received a letter about her sister who lives in a faraway planet, and her sister wind up having a daughter. Her name is Kina. Luna's sister passed away, and it's said to know that, for Luna, she never got to meet her. She feels like there's a dark cloud over her, but at old as Luna is she just not able to fight anymore. She relaxes and most of her days. And she wakes up to the sunrise to dance and a part of the sunlight, and she waits for the moon to come up at night time to just dance under the moonlight. But even then, her body is getting old, and even though she is part cyborg. And you can't see what she is exactly, but on her shoulder, her left shoulder, there is a wheel that shows, and it is just amazing to me to know how Luna has been able to survive all these years, even before moons and suns of years ago. Even before creation, she has been around that long. Kina is powerful, not as powerful as Luna. She has lots to practice, a lot of practicing when it comes to kung fu or when it comes to magic. She's still a little bit behind and learning about it, but she can catch up. She might become something wonderful and great one day, something more powerful, and something that could save millions in the future. She loves to dance with the fireflies and to be greeted by the ladybug, for she is definitely interested in, but she loves to learn about them. She loves to study them, and maybe one day she'll be able to use them for a good cause. A good purpose she will call for bumblebees or Venus flytrap in her cottage, just to catch all those little flies that fly around everywhere and whenever there is a big bug that comes in her yard. And the only reason she has poisonous plant is definitely for those certain bugs that just need to fall right into the plant, and it is put to death. Luna and Merlin are trying to teach Peter and Alice how to create moons and stars and to make magic into blue or mist moons or suns. It's just pure fun to be able to do this, and once you have the hang of it, you want to do it all the time. Merlin tells Peter to drink the potion. Peter feeling his stomach rumble after the drink, Peter and Alice having a farting contest. As he burps, then she burps, to realize that they became comfortable with one another. Merlin teaching Peter the ancient language and Alice making tea potions, she made a blueberry monster drink. Luna and Sundus spend time with Merlin. Luna feeling dizzy, needing a moment to rest, while Merlin starts joining Luna just to sit and rest for a little bit. A connection between Luna and Merlin is a strong bond and a powerful bond of magic and friendship. The ending, the Lost Boys find the information they needed about the Bugs villains trying to come and destroy Peter and take over Neverland. This may be the end of us, as one of the Lost Boys spoke up, so for good old times. Let's mess with Captain Hook. Let's set a blaze of fire and destruction. A blaze of flames and shake his world. The Lost Boys take their fight to the next level. As young teenager Stina Rogers' Lost Boys, these marbles defeat Hook and his crew. All these are not just ordinary marbles. These marbles are bombs. Well, destroy part of the pirate ship, the marbles they get from a mother fairy. She creates them and many other weapons. Kina uses explosive bombs in the bugs' food and their leader. The only one standing left is the bug leader, the whole bug army, and all the bugs dropped dead all at the same time. Kina falling in the middle of the room from the ceiling, she jumps down within her, lightning awaken her, catching the bug leader off guard, striking her with marble bombs, and lightning strikes through the bug leader. The bug lady stumbles, blood flowing from her mouth, ears, eyes. Kina defeated them, and she set the bug castle on fire, burning all evidence, and no life is detected left alive, but Kina flies away from the burning castle. Freedom is won once again. Kina is beautiful, Essie's about 5 years old. She has shaggy hair and the hair color is green, black lipstick. The battle, Peter ready to triumph over their enemies. His cosmic powers feel sadness, but he burst a blue liquid magic. So many bugs, he focused on the enemies on the front. The bug army has 7 arms, they're part praying mantis and part cyborg. They look kind of like humans, but they just part cyborgs. They are powerful, and you don't want to mess with these to make them mad, but sometimes if they start something you vow got to finish it. As the battle began, the bugs were cheating. And they squirted their poison body liquids into the soldiers' eyes. Some of them weren't able to see, but the rest of us, we commanded our magic to give us steampunk goggles. In the front of the battlefield, in front of our armies, was Freya, Peter, Alice, Peppermint, Daisy, and Kina, to protect Neverland, trying to fight our enemies, the bug cyborgs. Color of their body, pink and green, those are beautiful colors. But for them, they just were frightening looking, and they multiply very fast. The leader, praying mantis, is the daughter of the leader of the army. Someone killed my mother. She yelled. They are half cyborg. Stood in front of the crowd and right in front of her army. Her wings were green and some of it was clear, but on the very tips of both of her wings. There was yellow, marking a very bright circle of a yellow marking. As she growls. Her wings spread up and out, warning us as we are their enemies. Though we never wanted to fight, we never wanted to be their enemies, but yet here we are. Kina commanding her magic to appear poisonous plants and Venus fly traps. Poisonous plants in the Venus fly traps grow from the earth, breaking the ground, rumbling the ground, and eventually for reaching right through the soil that is on the ground as the plants grow tall, and they swallowed the bugs, some of them. The Venus fly trap trapping certain bugs and having a good lunch or dinner that he deserves to have. As the bug leader stands before Kina. They battle one another with magic. Kina throws ball of fire, burning the bug leader of the army. The beetles fly to drop poisonous raindrops, everyone dodging the raindrops. Peppermint shoot silk red and white stripes of webs to catch as many bugs. The clear glass pumpkins fire their glass flowers of sharp poisonous arrows. Peter curious about the clear glass pumpkins. Jack-o'-lantern throwing blue flames at the bugs. Setting the bugs on blazing flames of fire. The bug army becoming less. Daisy using her powers of water. That creates storms. The ocean rises 2 tornadoes. The battle carries on. Daisy swirling her magic wand. Takes off running towards the bug armies, ready to defeat the enemies. Alice facing one of the bug soldiers. She rolls her hand into a fist, letting her anger burst from her. As the cosmic moves in the universe. Time freezes. Alice sees flashback in her memories. Her powers strong and ready to bring victory, and there's lots of guts and gore. Alice power of suns and moons, surrounding in a circle, around her enemies, locking away the enemies. She locked them in science jars, and sent them to the forbidden caves. Guards guard them, not for protection for them, but to keep it out of hands of the wrong people. Freya creating dragons to come to life. One dragon lost his life during this battle. Another dragon comes to her. It bows to his master. She whispers to the dragon. It flies above the volcano. Setting the volcano lava to burst, the lava rushing down the hill, it bursts in the air. Volcano's lava cannot be controlled to where it falls. Lava melts the bugs, lava melting within them, clear wings with blossoms inside. A bird stood behind them. Peter and Alice hits the dock with their fist, and the power from within releases burst of the sun's rays and moon dust, controlling a magnetic field, a burst of water drops that levitates above the lake. The grass moves in a sharp turn. Pointing towards Alice and Peter as their powers from the suns and moons create a solar wind that levitates Alice and Peter. Levitating little suns and moons circling in form of a ring of magic. It bursts outward, and the rain drops from surrounding them into little tiny water drops, eventually falling into the lake full force. It also takes down all the trees that surround the lake. Power bursts in a circle, spreading out. The trees all fall down, all the bugs drop dead, as comic powers change course, and the sun and moons was the power that won victory. Alice and Peter are given a gift from the universe. 2 crowns for both of them. In Alice's crown is a top hat with suns and moons that surrounds the top hat, cards that are placed on the top hat. Roots grow around the blue top hat, leaves grow on Alice's hat. Peter's crown was a tree house. And the leaves have digital wisdom and knowledge, as each leaves have secrets. Peter will have to learn the leaves' language to understand the new powers he possessed, and the cyborgs he will meet one day. Triumph and victory is won. The land burning from destruction. Mother Nature and Father Time. Mother Nature feeling Luna's heart slow down. Mother Nature telling Father Time to wait and pause time so Mother Nature can save Luna. Most of the time, Mother Nature is always taking care of the animals in the forest, in helping those who live in Neverland. Mother Nature was waking the ancient tree of life to create the universe, to give eternal life for Luna. Mother Nature sacrificing herself for Neverland, not destroy Mother Nature. But she rests now. It is up to Peter and Alice to bring green grasslands to life, to make the ocean stay in place. As Alice focuses on Neverland, we grow all plants. and to make the bugs back to your normal size regrowing trees. Building what was lost in a war, repairing the forest, new trees, tall and fresh green scent. Golden rise of the sun warms everyone in Neverland. The sunshine on the leaves like diamonds and protectors help all who are in need. After battle, Alice and Peter hold a gold moon that has a mist of gold fairy dust flow down to the ground from their hands that hold on tight to the gold moon. For this moon is the one that can create Neverland all over again. It might even look more beautiful than before, but we will do our best to create Neverland once more. Tinker Bell and her little fairy friends also bring plants, flowers to grow towards the light of the sun. As mushrooms and trees share a language of blue and gold words, the language means a thankful heart. Alice and Peter Ray create the planet. Bubble glass memories are created. More beautiful Neverland is created again. Grasslands Ray created. Mountains rise from the ash green trees and pink blossom trees are birth. Slowly their planets hear Luna's heartbeat beat on, and Luna's continues and she loves all. Alice walks upside down on a cliff. At the bottom of her feet glow green tattoos that help stick to the cliff. Peter standing upright on the cliff. Peter thought she was peculiar as she walked the tip of the cliff, finally standing facing Peter. The sun was rising, she shined like gold in the sunrise. As one tree portal opens to the earth in the middle of a tree, a world of beauty that is London is the other side. Alice gives Peter a kiss on his cheek, and he realizes they felt their hearts skip a beat. Alice hugged him. Peter and Alice both say one of Luna's poems that they memorized. Their eyes narrow with love as they spoke at the same time, and then their forehead touch one another, while the sun's rise shines in between their lips, a sunlit kiss of eternity. As they quote the poem, they say at the same time, I skipped 1,000 heartbeats to just hear yours. Let the sun lit the moon's romance of two lovers of the universe supernova that is awakening in us. The glow of our eyes locked with our magic, and let our midnight moon shine on our path to cross once more. Let the moonlight lead you home.